everything this morning except what I actually should be doing, which is my very lengthy to-do list. My procrastination weapon of choice is cleaning. At one point I caught myself like scrubbing the toilet with a toothbrush, and I'm like, what are we doing? We need to get moving. Because I work full time during the week, my weekends, one, they're usually busy, but then on free weekends, I feel like I have to jam everything in, and I get like paralysis from all the things I have to do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a to-do list for today and see what on there we actually get done. I have a case I'm working on. That is top priority because that is due on Monday morning. PowerPoint I have to build. Makeup and clothes. There's specific makeup and specific clothes that I need to get. All right, y'all, it is a few hours later. I am so happy. I had a very productive afternoon. Finalized my complaint, which I sent over to my supervisor. So hopefully that is approved and we're good to go on that front. And then I mentioned this in a prior video. I do some YouTube consulting and editing work. So one of my clients, every month I do a kind of recap deck for her on how like her content performed and tips and tricks and optimization and all that jazz. So if you're a YouTube creator and whether you're just like creatively blocked or feel like you're not growing, I offer my services. Message me, email me, or you can also book me on Fiverr, which my link is in the description. On the way to vacuum my car because it's pretty disgusting. After that, we're gonna go to the pharmacy so I can get my happy pills, aka my depression medication. Very important, we're down to one pill. We can't risk that again. Okay, so vacuuming my car was violently overstimulating, and there was some sticky residue on the vacuum thing. Don't want to know what that was. Would like to wash my hands as soon as possible though. Second errand, we're en route to pick up my meds, True US Core. I am like kind of dreading how much my meds are going to cost, because long story short, when I switched jobs, I have to buy my own health insurance now, and it's not great. It's really not. So I don't know if these meds are even covered by my health insurance, and so we'll be in for a nice surprise, but I don't have high hopes. Pretty sure I left my brand new sunglasses at my wiffle ball game last night, so please tell me they are here, because they were not cheap. And when I say they were not cheap, I mean they were like 30 bucks. Yes, thank God. I'm so happy. All right, now off to the Mall of America. All right, we made it to the mall. Usually I park in Hawaii. If you've ever been to the Mall of America, you know the parking ramp goes by states, and Hawaii's usually, no, Georgia. Georgia's my go-to. But we're outside of Nordstrom today, switching it up. Keeping it fresh, keeping it fun, keeping it cute. So I'm trying some work clothes on at Express, and then I caught wind of myself in the mirror, specifically my shorts, and immediately went to go try on jean shorts because this is currently what we're working with. Bro, what? We're having semi-success. It is crazy busy in here. The air quality in Minnesota today is awful because of the Canadian wildfires. So I think folks are coming here. Anyways, we're hitting up one more store, and then we're gonna skedaddle because I'm hungry, and the Mall of America is a good and a bad place to be when you're hungry, but I don't really want to buy food. We're going into Nordstrom, and then we're going this ain't. So I've been getting a little political on TikTok because I just don't care. The government right now is so batshit crazy that like I just can't. Anyway, so like one of my videos went like semi-viral, but the discourse landed on like alt-right TikTok. It's entertaining to say the least, but equally terrifying. When I open the app, I just keep reading the comments. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm having a sleepover with my niece tonight, so I'm gonna go pick her up. She's 2, so we're not gonna have a crazy night or anything, but it's my first sleepover with her at my house. So we're gonna go pick her up and Maybe go to the park. I don't know. It's getting kind of late, so we'll honestly probably just go to bed. Semi-successful MOA trip. There's a few things I didn't get. One of the reasons I like MOA is because even though it's so busy, it's almost reassuring to me that like the country and the economy isn't so bad because people still are out spending money, like frivolously shopping. Granted, it could be all on credit cards, but I'm like, okay, at least there's some economic stimulation happening in my home state, so it's almost just like reassuring to me. Happy Sunday, folks. I just got back from dropping my niece off. The first TNE sleepover was a success. We had some pizza. We watched Secret Life of Pets. We read chapter books in bed. When I say we read chapter books, I mean she found a chapter book and was like reading it by herself for like 20 minutes. Kids going places. We made pancakes. Church. Got some post-church donuts, dropped her off, and now we're back at home. Second cup of coffee, do my Bible study, and then I think I'm gonna go on a walk. Okay, we just got back from walking. And now I'm gonna go to the beach for a little bit to read, but I think I'm gonna rollerblade there. So I have my towel, I'm wearing my swimsuit. I'm bringing the Let Them Theory book. So I also think we're gonna bring maybe one more like chill read. I'm chugging away at my library pile. I have read all these, so I'm gonna return them tomorrow. And then these three are the only ones that I have left to read, but all of these are like self-help, business, personal development books, which are just not like easy reads. Like you actually have to use your brain. These are my other pile of books that I have yet to read. And like, again, these are not easy reads. Like Jesus and the Eucharist, I'm sorry, I'm not pulling that out at the beach. It's just not happening. None of these are really tickling my fancy. Let's see about these ones. I recently just reread all the Taylor Jenkins Reid books, so I'm not really feeling those yet. Maybe I'll do an Ellen Hildebrand. Okay, I have one more spot for my books. These are all, again, like nonfiction, not in the mood. This is the show I just watched. It was so good. Watched it on Netflix. Read it and then watched it on Netflix. It was really good. All right, Old Faithful, rereading The 5-Star Weekend for probably the third or fourth time.
How you doing?
Sorry, I don't have shoes,
Oh,
so
okay,
I can't come inside.
I know.
Do you have any kombucha?
Kombucha?
Yes. Could I get one, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, they have it for the eyeballs too. Or taking the eyeballs out. Ew, that feels disgusting. Okay, objectively, this is not what I had in mind for this video. This would be a great opportunity to like listen to this part of the video as a podcast because this is not doing it for me. I can guarantee you it's not doing it for you either. All right, no, we're not doing this. So if you are new to my channel, hi, what's up? I'm Anne. Nice to meet ya. I have been living alone for almost 5 years now. It has gone by so fast. In undergrad, I lived with roommates, and then after undergrad, I moved back home and lived with my parents for a few years. And then when I bought this house, I moved in here. Right when I bought it, I thought I was going to get roommates, just, help, with the mortgage and get rental income, but I just never got around to it. And 5 years later, it's like, oh, I guess I'm never getting a roommate. And the reason it's kind of novel right now is I'm going to be living with a boy soon. A boy is moving into my house. That boy being my almost husband. Yes, we're getting married, and when people get married, they tend to live together. I will no longer be living alone, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to kind of reflect and talk about the pros and cons of living alone, specifically living alone in your 20s, and whether or not I think you should, you have to. So on social media, there is a big narrative and push for people to live alone, specifically in their 20s. The idea of like you need to live alone in order to learn about yourself, to gain independence. I can appreciate a lot of those sentiments and a lot of the logic behind that. And for me personally, I am so grateful that I've had the past almost 5 years to live alone. You truly do learn a lot about yourself when you're living alone. Learn how to fend for yourself, how to take care of yourself. That's all just a roundabout way of saying that, yes, I think if you have the chance to live alone, you should. But my problem with social media is blanket advice. I think that's an issue with social media, is that people feel they have the liberty to give blanket advice on anything and everything. You will hear someone being like, if you're in your 20s, you need to live alone. But at the end of the day, those people don't know you, and blanket advice can be very harmful and detrimental. Everyone's living situation and specific circumstances are so nuanced and different. What worked for you very well might not work for other people. I bet you so many people would love the opportunity to live alone. They would love to have their own apartment. But having the ability to live alone is a direct consequence or result of privilege. I had the opportunity to live alone for 5 years because I went to college and got a good job out of college. But I also graduated college without debt because of privilege. Why I've been fortunate enough to be in the financial situation where I can afford to live alone. That's not the case for a lot of people, especially in the US. Folks that do go to college, which in and itself is an immense privilege, are graduating with crippling student loan debt, and the last thing they could afford to do is rent a $1,500 a month studio apartment so they can live alone and scratch this itch that everyone on social media is saying they need to scratch. I just say this to specifically anyone in their early 20s or even at a crossroads in life where they're like, should I get a roommate? Should I live alone? It is such a personal decision, and do not turn to social media to make that decision for you. And this goes for lots of things. This goes for, whether you want to move out of state or quit your job or go back to school. While social media can be a great guiding post for giving the pros and cons, I caution you to be wary of influencers and people on social media who are telling you very black and white answers, because they do not know you. Those people will not suffer the financial consequences that you will if you follow their advice. You're not going to make a wrong decision. There's always going to be a sense of FOMO of what you have and what you don't have. Don't let a TikTok video influence you to quit your job, pack up your house, and move across the country the next day. We are such an easily influenced, not even generation, just population now, where we take people we see on social media and we take their advice as true. Oh, they got a ton of likes and everyone in the comments is agreeing, so that must be the right thing to do. No, they're getting a lot of likes and a bunch of people in the comments are agreeing because the algorithm is pushing this video out to like-minded people, and those like-minded people are interacting because they feel validated for their choices. So if you are feeling FOMO, if you feel like you're making the wrong decision because you're living alone, because you're living with roommates, because you're living with a partner, just trust yourself, trust the people in your corner. Do not trust people on social media. Even me. Unless you know me in real life, I hope that you have the media literacy to take everything that I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I do not know your specific circumstances. That's not to say that I'm out here giving like bad or malicious advice. I'm just saying that to remind you that we can't be so easily influenced by people who don't truly have our best interest. My living alone era is coming to an end. Part of me is a little sad, maybe more melancholy and like reflective of the past 5 years, and ultimately just like very proud of myself that I did the damn thing. It's just another chapter of my life that is closing, and ultimately I'm excited. Like, clearly I'm excited. I'm getting married, but there is a part of me that's like, dang, like I will never live alone again. I have zero regrets. Absolutely zero regrets about my living situation for the past 5 years, and I'm just excited for the next chapter. Your environment truly shapes you and molds you, and you are so malleable to your environment, and I'm just grateful that I've had a safe, loving, beautiful home to live in the past 5 years. Like, no, I'm not moving. My fiance is moving into my house. So the $1 million question, do you have to live alone in your 20s? Absolutely not. There is not a single person out there who should confidently be able to say yes. Just because it worked for them does not mean it would or needs to work for you. That brings me to the end of this video. I'm gonna go put my face mask back on. Make sure to subscribe if you like vlog style, law school, real life content. I will see you very soon in the next video. Peace.